On this episode of China Uncensored, the only thing blacker than heavy metal? Politics. Hi, welcome to China Uncensored. I'm your host, Chris Chappell. This is Freddy Lim, the godfather of Taiwanese death metal. It's a look that just screams politician. Okay, maybe just screams. But he's also a politician. Seriously. Here he is campaigning for office. Here he is getting food from a local street vendor because you have to do that in Taiwan too. And here he is looking like a serious politician because serious people wear suits. But unlike most politicians in suits, Freddy Lim is inspiring young people to get passionate about politics. He expanded from death metal to politics after the 2014 Sunflower Movement. Students and civil groups were protesting a trade pact they felt would make Taiwan economically dependent on the Chinese Communist Party. So Freddy Lim co-founded the New Power Party, and he ran for office himself. He was elected to Parliament in 2016. His party is now Taiwan's most important third-party contender. I sat down with Freddy Lim to talk about how Taiwan needs to resist threats from the Chinese Communist Party and promote a future as the only Chinese democracy. Thank you for joining me today.
My pleasure.
So, you've said you got into heavy metal music because you wanted to shout, you needed to roar. Yeah. Do you think it's time for Taiwan to shout and roar?
Yeah, but not just Taiwan, not only Taiwan, because there are many countries who are under oppressions in the world. There are many countries who are suffering from in worse conditions. So I think it's never too late to let the voices be heard.
Yeah. Great. And I know in your music, you're very inspired by the stories and culture of Taiwan. Do you see Taiwanese culture as something distinct from Chinese culture?
Definitely. Yeah. Taiwan is a country with fruitful cultures, and we have cultures from different regions. Like we have our local Aboriginal cultures, and even we have some cultures oriented from outside Taiwan. Even those cultures from outside are quite localized now. So yeah, definitely.
And so you're a heavy metal music performer, which is one of the blackest things there is. But you decided to get into the blackest field of all, politics. What inspired you to co-found the New Power Party and enter political life?
I think I have always quite involved in politics and social issues, social movements. But in 2013, there were more and more young activists and young opinion leaders who joined the social movements. They led the social movements. So I thought it's quite important for Taiwan, if we want to make bigger change, we need all those young forces being introduced from the movements to the political arena. So me and some other activists, we work together, try to build up a new platform for them. So I think, yeah, this is a new party for the young people.
How do young people in Taiwan feel about the political life of the country and the relationship with China?
I think most of the young Taiwanese are just like the young people in other countries. They are a bit frustrated with politics, so most of the time they are unconcerned to politics. If there's opportunity for them to make a bigger change, they could be very enthusiastic too. So I think quite similar to the young people in other countries. And regarding China, I think most of the Taiwanese people, most of the young Taiwanese, they try to stay calm with China. They try to treat China just like the other countries in the world. But in the same time, they try to stay cautious. And also they try to, especially when it comes to the issues regarding freedom and human rights, and especially in the international occasions, yeah, the young Taiwanese could also be very, to stay high cautious against China too. Yeah.
Well, the Chinese Communist Party has threatened to seize Taiwan by force. How does that affect what you do?
I think the China's military threat has always let all the neighboring countries stay high cautious and also try to move forward to their direction very carefully. So yeah, of course, it affects us, but not just Taiwan. I think all the neighboring countries can feel the same threat from China. Yeah.
Well, because of the growing influence of the Chinese Communist Party, Taiwan has been losing allies around the world. Where does that leave Taiwan?
I think Taiwan's diplomatic strategy has been reformed, has been changed a lot in the recent years. We used to care, I think, too much about the numbers of the official diplomatic relations and try to buy relations from those countries. But in recent years, I think not just about the numbers of them, but also try to work with those non-diplomatic relations countries. And I think that's more important in Taiwan in the current situation, especially when in the recent years, there have been more and more non-diplomatic relationship countries supported us in the international meetings and international organizations. They spoke for us. They supported us to join those organizations. So I think this is the right direction, and we should work hard for this direction. Yeah.
Now, Taiwan may have found an unlikely ally in the Trump administration. How would you like to see the U.S. and Taiwan work together?
I think no matter who is in power in the U.S., I believe that it's in the interest of both sides people that to strengthen Taiwan US relations. And so if we want to consolidate this relationship, I do believe that eventually we should establish the official diplomatic relations between Taiwan and the US. I think that can consolidate our relationship more.
So ultimately, are you optimistic about the future of Taiwan?
Yes, I'm quite optimistic. And of course, I think we have to be optimistic because like what I had said, that although we have been oppressed by China in the international arena, but there are so many more nations in the world being under worse oppression. And Taiwan, at least we keep our independent sovereignty, and also we maintain our economic strength. So we should stay optimistic, and then I think and we are like a hope for those nations who are under worse conditions. And also, in the other hand, I think when the current international situation is undergoing a big change now, and the world can treat Taiwan fairly. And they used to compare Taiwan to China and it makes Taiwan too small. But actually, Taiwan is a country, like what I just said, that we have rich landscape, we have rich culture, and also we have a population of 23 million. That's quite equal to the population of 5 northern European countries. So we are small, but not that small. And no countries will consider the Scandinavian countries nothing.
Yeah.
So in the same time, I think we are a mid-sized country. We deserve a fair treat, and we are always an option for those businessmen or tourists or the people who want to do cultural exchange. We are an option that can be fairly treated, and I do believe that it's a time. There is a optimistic future ahead. Yeah.
Well, I was going to ask, what do you think Taiwan's role or responsibility is as one of Asia's few democracies?
Yeah, just like what I have said, that we have to stay optimistic, and we have to be an inspiration for those people in Asia who are still under worse conditions, no matter in human rights conditions or other conditions. I know that there have been so many people from Hong Kong, from China, or from other Southeast Asian countries come to Taiwan to observe our elections, or to join some protests, to join some activities. And I know that they try to learn a lot from the experiences in Taiwan. And so I think we should stay optimistic, and we should keep moving forward, and we should let the world know that even in the front line against China, there is a small country still try to move forward to our goal, to our direction, carefully, but eventually we are in a direction that never go back. So I hope that we can cheer more people under worse conditions can believe themselves, and we will try our best to support you as well.
So I have two very important questions for you. Number one, can I get tickets to your next concert?
Sure.
All right.
It's a free entrance concert that we will have. We will play in Kaidagalandadao this Sunday.
Perfect.
So, yeah, come to Kaidagalandadao at 5 o'clock this Sunday.
All right.
Yeah.
And then the other big question is, can you teach me to roar like you?
Okay, I'll try. Yeah. Yeah, now you are a metal singer now.
All right.
Yes.
I'm glad I have a fallback career.
Okay, yeah.
All right. Well, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
It's wonderful
My
to see
pleasure.
you. Yeah. Good luck.
Thank you.